Children, so far we have learned about the physical change. So once again I repeat, physical change is a temporary change and that can be reversed. Now let's go for the second one, which is a chemical change. Sometimes when we heat a substance strongly, a new substance is formed. In the physical change, no new substance is formed, but in chemical change, new substance is formed. The result is permanent, but in physical change, the result is temporary. Yes, ice can be converted to water, water can be converted to vapor. So those states are not permanent states. The result in chemical change is permanent and we cannot get back the old substance. We can get back the old substance in a physical change. We can get back the ice once again. We can get back the water once again. Okay, but in a chemical change, it is not like that. We cannot get back. The change that occurs, okay, permanently, this is called as chemical change. So once again, children, sometimes when we heat a substance strongly, a new substance is formed. And the result is permanent. The result is permanent, children. The result is permanent. We cannot get back the old substance. So this change is called as chemical change. Now let's go for the examples. When a piece of paper is burnt, that means, children, when you will burn a piece of paper, the paper after some time becomes the black color one, no, that is called as ash. Okay, so that is called as ash. So when you burn a piece of paper, it changes into ash. The molecules of paper are entirely different from ash. So the paper molecules, okay, before burning, even you can see the color is white and after burning it will become black. Now I am not telling about the color, the molecules, even the molecules also different before burning and after burning. When iron, here see one more example, when iron is exposed to moisture, what is moisture, children? Wetness. Moisture is wetness. Okay, so when iron is exposed to moisture, it starts rust, a brown color, reddish brown color will be formed in the iron during rainy season. Why? Because during rainy season, water will be on the iron and after some times rust will be formed. That rust, is due to the contact with air and water. The rust cannot be changed back into iron. So can the iron will be formed from the rust once again? No. So once again I repeat, when you will burn a piece of paper, after burning you will get ash. The molecules of paper are entirely different from the ash. That is one. And the second one is when iron is exposed to moisture. That means when water is dropped on the iron, it starts to rust in contact with iron and water. Okay, the iron starts to form rust. The rust is a reddish brown in color. Okay, so that is called as rust, and that rust is due to the contact of iron with air and water. Contact of iron with air and water. So what is rust will be formed. So whenever the iron is exposed to moisture, that means due to the contact of iron with air and water, rust will be formed. And we cannot get back the iron from the rust. That means the change cannot be reversed. This change is called as chemical change. We cannot get back the paper from the ash. So the change cannot be reversed. That is also called as chemical change. Here children, the examples are given. Cake batter to bake a cake. So here the cake batter, okay, that is a raw material. From that we can get the cake. So from the second one, okay, from the cake we cannot get the cake batter. That means the change cannot be reversed. Newspaper is burning to ash. We can't get the fresh newspaper from the ash. The change cannot be reversed. Raw egg to fried egg. Okay, we can't get the raw egg from the fried egg. The change cannot be reversed. So physical changes are those changes, okay, which are temporary and the changes can be reversed. Whereas chemical changes are those changes, these are permanent, okay, these are permanent and the changes cannot be reversed. Now let's go for very important one, expansion and contraction. Expansion and contraction. And contraction. Children, you know what is expansion. Expansion is becoming big. Contraction is small, becoming small. When any metal object is heated, that means when we heat any metal object, the molecules move further apart, causing the size of the object to increase. So this is a metal object. This is a metal object. Usually in solids, the molecules are very close. When you will heat, what happens here? The molecules inside the solids will move apart, and if you see the second figure, this is a big one and this is the small one. Both are solids only, but on heating, the small one is becoming the big one, which is called as expansion. So when any metal object is heated, the molecules move further apart, causing the size of the object to increase. That means here causing the size of the size is small initially. Here the size is big. Okay, so the molecule size will become big. Automatically the metal also becomes big. Second one, that is contraction. When the metal is cooled, here this is when the metal is heated, the smaller one is becoming the bigger one. And the second one, when the metal is cooled, children, when the metal is cooled. On cooling, the molecules, movement of molecules slow down. So here see, this is the metal. What happens here? This is a bigger one. This is a bigger one. On cooling, on cooling, this will become the smaller one. The molecules will move very close once again. Okay, here this is called on cooling, the bigger one is becoming the smaller one, which is called as contraction. Once again I repeat, expansion and contraction. When any metal object is heated, the molecules move further apart, okay, causing the size of the object to increase. That is called as expansion. On heating, expansion of the substances will be seen. When the metal is cooled, the movement of molecules slow down. When the metal is cooled, the movement of molecules will slow down, come closer to each other. In case of expansion, In case of expansion, if you will see, in case of expansion, this is the smaller one. The smaller one here, see, the smaller one is becoming big on heating, which is called expansion, and on cooling the bigger one is becoming small, which is called as contraction, Okay, so now this is the very important concepts. In this, once again I repeat here, children, once again I repeat the what are the topics we have covered here. One is first one is matter. Matter is everywhere. It is made up of atoms and molecules. Atoms are very small particles we can see with the help of microscope only. Atoms together join together to form molecule. Either the atoms are same or different. The examples is water and carbon dioxide. And we have studied the properties of the molecules. Okay, they have different weight, different shape, different size, and the molecules in different substances are arranged differently. And these are made up of smaller units which are called as atoms. And we have seen the position also. Atoms and molecules in solids, liquids and gas. In solids, what happens? Molecules move but remain in the same position. In other words, they only vibrate. In liquids, what happens? They glide over each other. In gases, here atoms or molecules move freely. And we have seen the arrangement of molecules in solids, liquid and gas. In solids, they have strong pull. They means molecules are very close. They have no intermolecular space. Intermolecular space means space between two molecules, okay, or space between the molecules. In solids, okay, the shape is got fixed and fixed volume is present. In liquids, they are not arranged in any particular pattern. They are held together by weaker pull. They are not very close to each other. They have intermolecular space, and so they can move. They have fixed volume but no fixed shape. In gases also, like liquids, they are not arranged in any particular pattern. They are held together by weaker pull. They are not very close to each other. They have intermolecular space, and so they can move. Like liquids, the gases also do not have fixed shape but have fixed volume. Okay, children, and we have seen the examples of sugar solution, solute. In sugar solution, when sugar is added to the water, sugar is called as solute and water is called as solvent. And upon mixing the sugar and water, we will get sugar solution. Okay, and that means sugar is a solid dissolves in water, and even alcohol is a liquid, dissolves in water, and the gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide also dissolves in water. Children, fish, you see that fish breathe in the oxygen dissolved in water. Fish breathe. So here what happens means fish is an aquatic. Aquatic means, children, which lives inside the water. Okay, it breathes or it takes the oxygen. Okay, and next one, when we boil water, bubbles will be formed on the sides of the vessels. These are the bubbles of gases. And changes of state, children, physical change. There are mainly two types of physical change. Okay, there are mainly two types of changes in the matter. One is physical change, second one is chemical change. Physical change is a temporary and can be reversed. Chemical change is a permanent which cannot be reversed. Expansion and contraction. When any metal object is heated, the molecules move further apart, causing the size of the object to increase. This is called as expansion. When the metal is cooled, the movement of molecules slow down. They come closer to each other like this. This is called as contraction. In this lesson, two words are there. You have to remember. One is substance. Substance means, children, it might be a solid or liquid material. Okay, words to remember. First one is a What is that? What's to remember? First one, solid. See children, words to remember, two words are there. First one is solid, second one is moisture. Already I told you about the moisture. So substance is it might be a solid or liquid. And moisture is water in small drops. Water in small drops on the surface or in the air. So water in small drops on the surface of any surface you take, either iron or table or whatever, or in the air is called as moisture. And substance is a solid substance or a liquid substance. So let's brush up this lesson once again children. A molecule is a group of two or more atoms that stick together. We have seen the example of oxygen and carbon dioxide and water. Molecules are made up of still very fine units which are called as atoms. A physical change is a temporary change that can be reversed. That means solid can be converted to liquid, liquid can be converted to gas. A chemical change is a permanent that cannot be reversed. Yes, we have seen on burning the paper we will get the ash, but we can't get the paper from the ash. That means the change cannot be reversed. See children, life skills are also there. We have studied about evaporation, condensation, freezing and melting. Paste the pictures to make these concepts clear in your scrapbook, and also mention how evaporation and condensation are helpful to us. Once again I repeat, we have studied evaporation, condensation, freezing and melting. Now what you have to do in the scrapbook, you have to paste the pictures of evaporation, condensation, freezing and melting, and also mention how evaporation and condensation are helpful to us. Okay children, so this is the end of the lesson solids, liquids and gases. Solids, liquids and gases.